in 2004. We didn't have social media and all these clips of players from other countries. So like Ovi at that point was kind of an unknown even to diehard hockey fans.
We had actually gone and seen Ovi when he was 15 years old. We were in Moscow, Ross and I, and we saw him.
And I remember he scored a ton of goals in that tournament. You would never have guessed that he was a 15-year-old.
And you could just see, I mean, he was special.
In the summer of '04, there were two incredible Russian players that were being considered as #1 overalls, Alex Ovechkin and Evgeny Malkin.
Everyone kind of suspected that Alex Ovechkin was gonna be the first overall pick, but there was also this guy named Evgeny Malkin who was really good.
The traditional pick may have been Malkin. You know, you try to build through center ice and on your defense, but Alex Ovechkin was so unique. I went over to the World Championships and stayed at the same hotel that he was staying in because I wanted to meet him and interview him in a situation where he was unrehearsed, and he was terrific.
The hardest thing to do is score goals in the National Hockey League, and there was no doubt in our mind that he would be a goal scorer.
When I called Ross Mahoney, said, "We won the lottery, what do you want to do?" And he said, "Ovechkin."
And I kind of laughed. George would phone me every day for about a week. "Are we taking that guy?" "Hey, yes, we are." Click. I mean, there's always discussion, but no, he was our guy.
The first selection in the 2004 NHL entry draft belongs to the Washington Capitals.
This is Washington's first overall pick since 1976.
I just remember Ovi and his family being at Raleigh, North Carolina, where the draft was that year, and you just loving every minute of it.
It was just something about his bigger than life, his personality, you know, even at a young age.
With the first selection in the 2004 NHL entry draft, the Washington Capitals are pleased to select Alexander Ovechkin.
And I remember when they announced his name, he stands up and he comes down. All these kids, and I've watched tons of drafts, they basically have that tunnel vision. I've got to get to the stage, I've got to see the commissioner. Alex is walking to the stage and there's a big group of Washington Capital fans sitting in the corner. And they start cheering. He stops and turns around and he waves to them. I'm thinking to myself, this guy's different.
Alexander Ovechkin, one of those special players who was projected as the first overall at the age of 14.
Welcome everybody today, and thank you for coming. Certainly a very exciting day for the Washington Capitals.
You know, I was one of the first North American members of the media to sit down with Alex Ovechkin, and you know, his English was rough.
You have a chance to play NHL, and I said yes, I want to play NHL, and my dreams could come true.
But what stood out to me was the smile. Like, you could just see he just was a joyful person.
He was just that carefree kid, just happy to be here and happy to play hockey. That's all he wanted to do.
His passion on the ice endeared all the fans in the DMV. Hockey just took off once he got here.
The Washington Capitals begin the 05-06 season against the Columbus Blue Jackets.
The first time Alex Ovechkin got on the ice, the strides and the way he stomped when he skated, like you felt him stomping and you could hear his blades cutting in the ice.
He didn't play like a guy that was going to score 50 goals. He played like a linebacker on the ice where he was already a man at that age.
Out between the glass, there's Ovechkin.
He almost shattered the glass. I'm like, okay, this guy is a little bit different. You know, I didn't expect that.
He's flying around the ice. He's hitting everything. He's shooting from everywhere. This is a superstar here.
Dinas Zubris spins. Ovechkin fires. He scores! Alexander Ovechkin, welcome on board.
He came in with a bang, that's for sure, the first game.
Ovechkin tried to saucer that one for Castles. Biron, why not? Leclerc the save. One more time, he scores! Ovechkin!
And then gives you 2 goals. He turns around and is basically like, folks, I just gave you my resume on day 1. You want to see this for 20 more years? And that's what you got.
Alexander Ovechkin, that beaming smile, a pair of goals in his NHL baptism. He scores! Simply sensational!
You can count on one guy to get you between 30 and 65 goals. You're going to be a playoff team often, and you're going to have a chance to win the cup.
His 31st career hat trick.
It changed everything about hockey in Washington, D.C.
And he has been really the Babe Ruth for the Washington Capitals.
Alex Ovechkin!
He's changed the fortunes of this franchise. He is a generational player. He's a Hall of Famer.
He does it again, and he draws one closer to Wayne Gretzky.
And he'll probably end up being the greatest goal scorer in the history of the game.
It is history every night with number 8.